Hey, Tulsi, I noticed you wanted my input. Oh, by the way, Tulsi, I wear this KGB shirt so that Hillary Clinton and the media will do stupid stuff like call you a Russian agent. Because I was married to a Russian and I have nothing to do with the Russian government. So, what they'll do is choke on their tongues like I said they would in those emails. And now Hillary, and another thing you'll find in those emails is I said you should, or I was talking to Alex and I told him to sue me, right? You see how this works? So whenever you sue Hillary, if she's truly a slave, she'll have the opportunity to tell in the courtroom what Russian collusion really means. But that wasn't the point of this. See how brilliant all this is? I've really multi-dimensional quagmire style on some of it, yeah, but I'm way ahead of the game here, Tulsi. Considering there's an inbound celestial system coming, I'm not sure how much any of this matters because nobody's talking about it in the media and nobody's gave us a date on when the end of the world truly is. Just watch Final Days or The Final Days on YouTube. She'll tell you all about it. There's actually planets and stuff out there in the solar system. But this one's about healthcare. If we have enough time to worry about that. Health insurance, right? Well, first thing you got to do is point out that all of these corporations, big tech, Apple, Google, Merck, I gleeked, any of these big RX corporations, all your healthcare corporations and everybody like that, the first thing you have to do, Tulsi, is point out that every single one of those CEOs is an elite transhumanist. Okay? All right. And then you got to point out things like the global puppeteering system, GPS, which is exactly what that is. Fusion GPS was probably was some KGB code dropped in there to let the country know what's going on. They're fusing our minds with GPS so they can control us like androids. These are facts. Now, if RX and big tech is working together and big tech has the capability to hack our minds and drive us insane, right? Which is exactly what they're doing. And that's what this brain initiative and all that stuff is. If you're the fortunate lucky number, right, that gets your social security number pulled, what big tech will do is use their infrastructure to hack your mind and clone it. And then they'll use your clone that's up in the matrix, unless you have some sort of a defense mechanism like I do, to drive you insane. Now, if the transhumanist who is working for Apple is in cahoots with the other transhumanist that's working for the RX corporations, right, the pharmacy companies, what's that do? That creates demand for the RX product. So those two help each other make money, right? The rich get richer. You see how that works? That's how an illegal technocracy is set up to social engineer and destroy the citizens is what they're doing. They are destroying white Christian Americans. I have a chart that shows where the flu shot was targeting the Bible Belt. It's undeniable. The flu shot's targeting the Bible Belt, and the flu shot had mercury in it, amongst other things. And this flu shot causes Alzheimer's. That's when the technology arrived and tortured me, is when I put that on Facebook, right? So how did big tech in that instance help the pharmacy company? Well, they screwed them. Because this muffler, when they put the muffler on me and tortured me, it just made me louder and it pissed me off, okay? Yeah, and all of the media is involved in this transhumanist scheme. And I'm telling you how healthcare is set up right now to destroy the working man in this country. Okay, Tulsi? Now, when you get past cutting the head off of the snake, right, healthcare is real simple. What you'll want to do is pass a law that standardizes all prices, right? In other words, it's like if you go get your car fixed and you've got to replace a strut or something. The struts, they charge you by the hour for labor, right? And then it's across the board. It's not a law or anything. It's just kind of the universal code of how you work on cars. And so that will Sorry, somebody was here honking at me in the parking lot. What that'll do, and the reason I say that is hospitals charge you like $50 a night for bed sheets, right? They charge you $3 an aspirin. They absolutely rake you over the coals because they know that they're the transhumanist that's the CEO of the hospital. These people are all one mind hive. I mean, all the elite in this country are technocrats. And every CEO in this country is a technocrat. And that's how they pull this off. And they are absolutely, they consider themselves elite, and we're nothing but peons, and they run this big scheme, right? And these are the people that put the people in office in Washington. So all your politicians are also transhumanists after they're tortured and turned into a slave by these CEOs of these corporations. So once the CEO of the corporation's transhumanist, they get together in their little mind hive, they'll put somebody in there that they can dictate to them what laws they're going to pass, right? That's how that works, okay? So the the price at the hospitals is outrageous because they know in the end user, the payer, is going to pay the price, right? Of course, then you have the government that subsidizes the insurance companies, right? And all of that, okay? So the first thing you got to do in this country to fix healthcare is cut the head off of the snake and get rid of these transhumanists that are running things. Get rid of every transhumanist that's a CEO. Get rid of every transhumanist that's in Washington. Get rid of all of them. Because they're all involved in racketeering, and this is RICO. It screams RICO, okay? This is a RICO case from hell. That's why the FBI needed Operation Vigilant Eagle, probably, right, to actually catch these transhumanists. So Obama signed off on that exascale computer that can hack into their system and learn how they operate in order to do these mind hive schemes. And the rich get richer. I mean, that's what's going on. These elite are, I don't even know if they're home. They're absolutely transhumanist, okay? And the globalist transhumanist scheme is to destroy America, okay, and get rich in the process, right? That's why healthcare is all jacked up, and that's what Obamacare was really all about. I mean, if you cut the head off the snake and you get rid of these people, then your prices at the hospital is going to go down from $50 a night to what it should be, $1, $2, right, for bed sheets. An aspirin's going to be marked up what it should be, 35% or whatever, right? I'm just keeping it simple here to make the point. And what they'll do, what I would say to do to after you solve that problem, is make healthcare just like car insurance, okay? And make it a very competitive market after you standardize the pricing, right? You make healthcare just like car insurance, and you allow companies to sell insurance without state lines or anything. Just make it as competitive as possible. And healthcare will go down to freaking $19 a month. And you can have different plans, like if I wanted a limited plan or full coverage, just like car insurance. If I want the $19 plan that says, hey, if I get cancer, they're going to cure my cancer, right? Or if I have the $200 a month plan, I get free prescriptions and stuff like that, right? And once you do all of that, I mean, the insurance companies are still going to make just as much money, and so really, the people that'll take the hit there are the satanic pharmaceutical company who works in conjunction with big tech to make money. They're actually making people sick mentally so that they'll go get Zoloft. And they're using big tech's technology and infrastructure like AT&T, Verizon. All of these CEOs are in on that. Now, if you want to know the CEO that's probably in on me busting y'all's balls right now, it's Marilyn Houston, okay? They actually still have some brains. Now, I don't agree with everything Lockheed Martin does because they got to make money with war machines. And it's the same scenario, okay? But the big tech, they're not trying to destroy America. Who's the last person that would want a globalist society? The Mick, right? Why? Unless they can improvise, adapt, and overcome and start building desalination plants in the Middle East instead of bombs, right? So that you can make it nice there for Muslims to live, okay? So that they don't have to go to Europe. You see, Soros' operating system is to destroy a civilization, and once it's destroyed, make globalism. I think you could do it the other way around. I think you could make the rest of the world nice, and then people would go the other way, and you'd have globalism eventually. But that wasn't the... So this is all about social engineering, okay? Really, it is. The entire healthcare system's about social engineering. You standardize the price. You make it a competitive market where insurance companies act just like car insurance, and you have different tiers of insurance that you can buy, right? And what they're going to say that you can't do that's not going to work. They'll come up with some bullshit that says here's this bullshit, that's why it's not going to work, and here's some more bullshit, that's why we can't do that because of this bullshit and that bullshit. Of course, the country's minds are programmed by big tech and these snakes to believe anything that the mainstream media says, right? Because mainstream media are also puppets to big tech and other agencies in this country. So you got puppets in the media telling the zombie slaves what to believe who are programmed in the country. So that's exactly what they're going to say. Well, we can't do it the car insurance way for yada yada and blah blah blah, which is all bullshit, right? It messes up their social engineering system, which is what all of this is about. They are making designer minds, and if anybody has technology in them that counters the technology that turns you into a zombie slave, they literally torture you like they do me every day. But see, I don't shut up, do I? I just keep going because I want to get that knife. I want to get it right up in their ribs, right, and just twist it and tell the country how fucking evil these people are. Okay, Tulsi? That's how you do that.